All right, welcome to Module 4, where we're tackling the must-know processes that make or break your background screens. Okay, today's lesson is a big one. Consider alias names critical. Now, alias names, they're also known as AKAs, are one of the most confusing parts of screening, and messing this up can lead or can let a bad hire slip right through. Now, we're going to clear the fog here, have some fun, and turn you into an AK expert. All right, so let's dive in. First off, why are alias names such a big deal? Well, you've learned that criminal records are searched by name, birth date, and address, not social security number. So if someone used a different name in the past and you don't search it, you're missing their record. It's that simple. About 30% of people use alias names. Maiden names, married names are literally totally different names per a 2021 industry report. So that's 1 in 3 applicants skip their AKAs, and you're rolling the dice on missing a theft, a conviction, a DUI, or even worse. You know, as the former chief operating officer of a major data provider, I've seen this mistake cost companies dearly. AKAs are a shield against that risk. So what's an AKA? It stands for also known as. Any name someone's used besides their current one. Think legal names, like on a government ID, not nicknames. For example, Charles is a legal name, Chuck's a nickname, CJ's shorthand. Or take Elizabeth. Could be Liz, Beth, or Ellie, but Elizabeth's the legal name. Then you've got name changes. Married names like Mary Smith becoming Mary Jones after marriage. Religious conversions like John Davis to Yusuf Ali. Or gender transitions even like Sarah to Samuel. In the US, about 50% of women change their last name after marriage. Now that's per a 2019 Pew Research study. And some swap the middle names too. So legal name changes for other reasons happen as well, like religion or gender. That happens in roughly 1 to 2% of the population annually. Now, these are all legit names that might show up in a court record, and you've got to run them. Picture this. You're hiring a sales rep named Lisa Johnson. She's polished, nails the interview, and her address history trace shows she lived in one county her whole life. You run a county search, clean as a whistle. But here's the twist. Lisa used to be Lisa Thompson before she got married 5 years ago. Under that name, she has a drug trafficking and robbery conviction in a neighboring county. Your screen missed it because you only ran Lisa Johnson. Now, we had a client, an in-home service business, make this exact mistake. Their new hire's maiden name hit a theft record, and 6 months later, she walked off with $15,000 stolen from one of their service business customers. You know, a simple AKA search would have saved that from happening. And here's where it gets messy. People get confused about AKAs. They see an address history trace report with other names discovered and think, sweet, those names were searched. Nope, not at all. That's just raw data. They're just sharing that information with you. Your screener might not have run those names at all unless you told them to. Or they hear national database and assume, oh yeah, that catches all the AKAs automatically. Wrong again. Databases are great for spotting jurisdictions, but they're not built to be or to handle alias searches comprehensively. And don't fall for cheap tricks like some screeners only run AKAs in the database because it's 50 cents a pop to do that, and they don't run it in the counties where it matters. You know, that's like checking the glove box, but ignoring the trunk. So how do you nail AKA searches like a pro? Do this in this order. First, ask the applicant. Require them to list all their legal names they've used, maiden, married, anything on a government ID. Make it a part of your application. And then run an address history trace. This pulls names tied to their SSN from credit bureaus. It's a gold mine for spotting AKAs. Then prioritize their legal names. Run names that look like they'd be on a driver's license or a passport. Mary Jones, not MJ. Skip misspellings. Skip nicknames like Ken for Kenneth. But do run totally different names. Mary Smith versus Mary Jones. And don't run misspellings of a name. Search all those jurisdictions. Run every legal AKA in every county or state you're searching, not just where they lived under that name, which is often done. Listen to me. People reuse old names when trouble finds them. Again, people use old names when they get in trouble. So check the automation too. Some screeners auto add AKs from their address history trace, which is great for speed. But often it's a challenge for them to prioritize the legal names properly. In some cases, the speed and scope are more important to the customer, and the company's willing or you're willing to run some frivolous names to make sure they get them all. Here's the bottom line. AKAs are critical, but they cost more. A search with one AKA is like screening two people. Double the counties, double the fees. 3 AKAs, triple the cost. If you're in a county with government access fees, it adds up. Those fees apply to each one of those names as it's searched. But that's the price of a quality screen. Don't skimp here. You can trust my experience, and I'm telling you, missing an AKA is like leaving the back door wide open. Remember, you're not just screening, you're protecting your company, your school, the nonprofit, your church. They're counting on you to get this right. All right, so that's Module 4, Lesson 1. It's a masterclass in alias names. Next, we're tackling the confusion around 7-year, 10-year searches. Now stick with me here. You're building screens, don't miss a beat.